Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the fourth and final round of the 2022 Canadian Open here at St George's Golf and Country Club. Today we will be playing on pin set number 4, which I've just got to quickly change. I did post an 8 under first round on the scorecard, so let's see if we can match that or try and go a few shots better. But thanks for the continued support on the channel, guys. It truly is appreciated. Rory McIlroy and Tony Finau share the lead at 11 under in the actual event. So let's see if we can take this down the left hand side of the fairway. Got a 6 mile per hour headwind. There's a baby fast. We're going to surely still find the left hand side. That's got to kick out. It does kick out, and that is going to leave me a nice look at the opening green. Let's see where the pin location is. It's back left. I do have a helping slope here, so anything left of that pin should be good. Just applying a lot of backspin to this 9 iron. It is into the wind. Oh, there's a tiny fast. That will make sure we are left of the flag. This ball should kick right and hopefully start to filter down towards the pin. It's worked out really well. It's a decent opening approach shot on these extremely slick and challenging greens. But the ball's going to move right at my feet and then slightly turn back towards the hole. It's a superb putt line, and how on earth has that ball missed on the left side? Wow, I cannot believe how aggressively that ball turned. I'm not noticing anything on the beads that shouldn't have been there, so that is one of those phantom breaks. It's quite weird because a few of you have been saying earlier your putting's really improved. It's not that my putting's improved, it's because I've been experiencing less of those situations, and lo and behold, there we go. It has cost me an opening birdie, but we take it on the chin, and let's see if we can pick up our first birdie on this par 5 second. Tiny slope. That is going to ensure we are right centre off the fairway, eliminating the bunkers on the left hand side. It's probably going to be nothing more than a hybrid or 5 wood into this tucked right hand side flagstick. I'm just going to shape this a tiny bit of fade. I think I still will be a little bit past the pin here. There's a perfect. That's turning beautifully. Needs to get down for me. But like I said in round 1, it would have been interesting to see if this course plays as firm as this in real life. It certainly didn't, guys. And the course, from the footage I've seen, played pretty forgiving. This is a decent version of the course. Like I say, it was the best version I could find. But I don't think it fully does the course justice. Thank you to all the Canadians who are supporting me during this round. I never got the hockey putter, but I did get the red and white into my polo shirt for all the Canadians out there. And like I say, guys, I cannot thank you all enough for the continued support on the channel. It truly is appreciated. But just going to fade this down the right hand side. We failed to hold the fairway in round 1. Despite playing a good tee shot, it kicked all the way off the left hand side with a very similar bounce. And look at that. Yeah, that's just too punishing for my liking. It's left me a shot from the heavy rough, but I think we can just about land this at the front of the green and let this trickle out. There's a laser beam perfect. Is that going to kick up onto the dance floor? It has done. Is it going to sit? It may start to come back towards the hole. Didn't reach the slope, but it's a fantastic recovery shot. And let's see if I can convert this 13-foot putt for the birdie. That should start to turn. Wow, that didn't turn at all, really. Kind of stayed straight. Turned at the last second. So I'm really struggling to get to grips with the reads in these greens. I am finding them fairly inconsistent with the beads.
Alright, you're gonna stick right there at 1
So we move on to hole number 4. 1 under par. 9 under for the round. 10 mile per hour wind behind us here. This should leave me nothing more than a full wedge into the dance floor here. That's a terrific tee shot. But there are rumours flying about if
second shot on
a
the
Luke
fourth.
Elvey podcast that was released, and he has, whether he's accidentally mentioned that PGA Tour 2K23 will be released in August, whether it's a slip of the tongue or he's wrong with the dates, it will be interesting. I've certainly heard nothing regarding the release date of the game, but I'm sure time will tell. But that was a superb approach shot into the fourth green. If you are new to the channel, guys, please make sure to hit the subscribe button out. It really helps me out. It's free. And if you are enjoying the content, please leave a like. It's another early morning tee-off time for me. It's currently 6:52 AM here. Just do my best to get content out there for you guys. I know you do appreciate it, especially the hardcore guys who stick around my channel. Life is so busy just now. I have taken up a new position with a semi-professional football club. I am the manager, and I am putting all my time and effort into my players in the club at the moment, trying to make us a success on and off the pitch. There's a tiny slope. That should start to spin back towards the pin. It's reluctantly coming back. It's getting closer. I think it's still going to be a tricky putt. 7 feet out. Certainly going to turn fairly aggressively at my feet. At long last, we do read a birdie putt from distance and with a little bit of difficulty to it, and we do move to 3 under par. 11 under for the event. Currently matching Rory McIlroy and Tony Finau. Justin Thomas is 9 under in the chasing pack. So try to take this down the left centre off the fairway. How on earth is that a red slow? I don't get that. That really did not feel like a red slow. It's another one of those random moments. Because watch this, I'll speed my swing up here and I bet it's a red fast. And I'm just going to slightly speed my swing up. I am a very quick swinger as it is. I'm going to have to go 5-iron here and just try and hack this out into the fairway. Yeah, I told you. I knew that was coming. It's just one of those random moments that do happen in the game, like in real golf. So making a mess of this par 5. But hopefully I can get this 9-iron, travelling up towards the pin and set up a birdie opportunity. Wind should help me out here. There's a laser beam perfect. That needs to get down. I don't think that's going to sit. It's quite a tough pin location. There is a slope taking everything away. It's actually level. No slope there at all early. I don't know where on earth I was seeing that slope. But like I said, it is early here. Excuse the pun. Surely this drops. It's got to hold its line. Oh, why, it's another one that I failed to read. But I'm not seeing that turn in it. Just struggling to get to grips with these greens at the moment. Throwing away 2 or 3 birdie opportunities already. On another day they may have dropped, but I do remain at 3 under. With that 8-mile-per-hour wind, I'm just going 6-iron full topspin here. It's a tiny slope. I feel that's going to be bunker bound. That just showcases the punishment of master swing difficulty. I know a lot of you guys are desperate for a new game and saying that you find this game boring now, but if you've been playing on pro difficulty, like I think 90% of the player base does, rack up the difficulty to master, and it really is a different ball game. It will keep you engrossed in the game for another few weeks, to say the least. And if you have been playing on master and you find it easy, step up to legend. I just find legend just insane. It's just not a good entertaining watch, especially for YouTube. It's another solid tee shot. So bar that red slow and red fast where I tried to correct my swing, I have been swinging fairly solid here, just missing a lot of birdie putts, but I have been getting a few bizarre reads on these slick greens. So hopefully this wind turns me back from left to right. There's a perfect. This should sit down after it kicks on from the fairway, hopefully. And like I said, it just shows you how firm this course is. That's a pure links golf shot I've tried to execute there from the rough. We failed to hold the green, but it does give me a slight chip-in opportunity. I'm just try to set this down the left edge of the cup, and hopefully the beads turn it back in. It's got a chance, it should turn. It does turn, it's a great chip in. Nothing short of what I've deserved. I do move to 4 under par. Hole number 9 is going to be a test in par 3 with this crosswind. Really in between clubs here, so I'm just going to try and play a large fade shot, turn it from left to right against the wind. Lose a little bit of yardage. There's a perfect. It's turning really well for me. Is it going to get down? Still going to be a little bit too long. But it won't be the most difficult of putts, I wouldn't imagine.
Well, what do I know? That ended up just fine. Okay, here's a 20.
There's a lot of movement in this, especially the first 6 feet. Then it starts to slide downhill. I've not hit that firm enough. It is going to come up a little bit short and right of the cup. But it is going to ensure I do walk away with par. And I will remain at 4 under par. So solid front 9 to say the least. Left a few birdie opportunities out there on the greens. Hopefully I can turn my fortunes round on the greens on the back 9. Yeah, that one was 100% me. There was a red slow. Like I say, guys, I'm a very honest player, honest guy in real life as well. And I will openly admit when I feel I don't swing well. That one was all down to me. But we've got a helping green here. Let's try and use the slopes and the contours off the course to get this down towards the flagstick. 8 iron should have enough distance to get there. That's a tiny slow, but it should still get us on the dance floor. The problem is it going to sit down? It's just going to gain speed. And that just shows you how firm this course is. And like I say, I'm certainly not witnessing that on the TV from the PGA Tour broadcast. It's just a shame that the course isn't more realistic. Like I say, it's still a really good version of the course, but just doesn't do the real McCoy the justice it deserves. So there's a solid par after a wayward tee shot. It's going to ensure I remain at 4 under. But hole number 11, these crosswinds are really causing me havoc here. I'm just going to try and fade this against the wind because I'm really in between clubs here once again. Risky shot. It's a slight slow. That's going to miss the green to the right. I really needed to execute the perfect there. So it's going to be another bunker shot where I'm relying on my short game for the up and down par. I'm going to go pitch and wedge, full backspin here. Try and get this sitting down as close to the flagstick as possible. That should release out. It's a fantastic recovery shot. It's not going to be an easy putt though on this course. A little bit of movement, just going right side, inside edge of the cup. It should turn in. It has done. And that really is a good up and down for the par save. It means I do remain at 4 under. Hole number 12. This is a tight fairway here to find off the tee box. Just playing the wind and a tiny little bit of fade to get this ball turning back in towards it. There's a laser beam perfect. This ball should kick left and hopefully sets me up for a nice approach shot into the green. Once again, it's rolling out into the light rough. Good lie percentage at my feet here, but that is a brutal pin. These greens, wow, they're really, really testing. Not for the faint-hearted, to say the least. There's a tiny slow. This ball is going to come up way short, and that is going to nestle down in the heavy rough. That ball just didn't come out in the light rough as well as it suggested. I did pull off the tiny slow there, but it shouldn't have hindered me as much as what it did. This is going to be a tough shot just to get close. That should start to run out and turn towards the hole. Needs to stop. This is missable. This really is a missable putt. 6 feet out. This is really going to turn fairly aggressively. Especially the first few feet where it's not turned. I'm just really struggling with the reads and these greens, guys. But that's what happens when you're failing to find the fairway. It's not through the lack of trying. It is frustrating when you're playing good shots and the contours of the course are kicking you out into the rough. There's another perfect. hopefully stays up in the top part of this slope and doesn't leave me an awkward lie at my feet. I think we're going to be okay.
Wrong with that.
Ball's
And this is
probably still going to
looking
move from
be,
left to right at my feet.
155 yards out.
9 iron with a little bit of backspin. Hopefully the wind and the slope turns me. There's a perfect. That's tracking really, really well.
Come on, ball. Kick right.
Didn't turn to the right as much as I hoped. Yardage is good. Should start to come back towards the hole. That's a fantastic shot. It's getting better the more it travels. And surely
6 feet to go.
I can convert this birdie putt after the disappointment of the bogey on the previous hole. This time that putt does turn. It looked near enough the same putt as what I had on the previous hole. This one turns. I get back to 4 under par. It's going to be another fade off the tee shot here. Just try to play against the contours off the course. That's a red slow. That was horrible. Just not following through quick enough there.
That's too bad.
On the downswing.
Careful with this one.
And this is now awkward. Such a punishing course. You really don't want to be missing fairways. I don't think I'm going to be able to reach the green here, but this is just a case of getting it back onto the fairway. That slope at my feet's not moved me. Surely that kicks left is not. Wow. I might have to watch that back. Unless I've got the slope completely wrong, but I expected the slope and the wind to move me comfortably out onto the fairway there. I did execute a tiny slow. So I'm just going a flop shot here. This should sit down pretty quickly with the amount of backspin and loft I have put on it. It's a good execution. Should start to check up, and it's done exactly that. It's a good recovery shot. It's going to give me the putt for the par save. I'm finding these little putts very inconsistent. Some of them move, some of them don't. That one did move, fortunately. But really lost my way this back 9.
See what happens on the 15th hole of this course.
But why, look at some of these pin locations. Anything short right, that ball's just gone into the front side bunker. So certainly can't aim for the pin here. I do get the perfect. It's going to be a little bit long, but it is going to leave me a putt. But anything too far past this pin, as you've seen, the ball will just disappear. It's a nasty downhill putt from 34 feet out. Breaking both ways. Definitely turning more from left to right. I've got the weight. It's going to start sliding away from the hole to the right though.
Ouch.
It was a valiant effort. That ball can stop anytime soon.
Looking at an 11-foot
But it's just these yellow and orange slopes that are right next to some of these pin locations that really add to the challenge. There's a good read.
Okay, well played.
The bead's done exactly what I expected there.
And after that hole, you will stay right there.
Par really is good
Par.
on some of these holes, especially in these fluctuating winds. I think I'm going to opt for the opposite fairway like I did in round 1. Just going to draw this against the wind.
Ooh, a little bit
Oh, there's a tiny slope. That could well be bunker bound. Really didn't need the draw there. It may kick out. Go on, get out of there. Fortunately, it's only light rough.
And here's our second shot on the 16th.
It is going to be a full lob wedge here. I've got an 11 mile per hour wind. Hopefully the light rough does hold the yardage up a little bit. It's a decent execution.
This could be
Still too long though. I maybe should have pitched that. I thought with the amount of loft and backspin I applied there, but that wind was always pushing the ball away and adding yardage. Let's see if we can chip this one in. Got the perfect. Has it got the legs? Go on, no, it's just going to come up a foot short. Good effort. Certainly struggling this back 9. The course really biting back. So hole number 17. It's another tough pin. Right at the back of the green. I've got a 13 mile per hour wind. Gap wedge should be good. Couldn't have hit it any better. That needs to get down. Hopefully this sits down next to the flagstick. It's just run on a little bit, and it just shows you how slick these greens are. But this should be a makeable birdie putt. This should turn. Just going right edge of the
Well,
cup.
appears to be online.
It didn't turn at all. There was 2 beads breaking there, guys. Wow,
Put that in
3.
the hole for par.
I think that just sums up
Cross
today's
is moving
round.
on.
And like I said a few holes ago, some of you have been saying earlier, your putting's really improved. It's not that my putting's improved, it's just that I'm not being experienced in these issues on the greens. Sadly, today's one of those days. I'm sure you guys will have your own thoughts.
Oh, this one's in the
There's a red slow. It's going to make sure I'm going to come up way short and right of my intended target there. I don't think I'll reach this green in 2 now. 286 yards. I didn't reach it in the first round. We find the left-hand side bunkers, but let's see if we can get this up the false front. Driver off the deck. It's a good strike. This actually may have the power to run up this slope, you know, due to the firm conditions. It's trying its best. It's just came up short. It's going to be nothing more than a splash. And hopefully I can convert this for the birdie and finish at 5 under. I think that'll be a 13 under round through 2 rounds, which is healthy. Should spin. Didn't spin at all, but it did check up. Hopefully I can drop this 4-foot putt for the birdie.
Looking pretty good.
I drop it right into the heart of the cup. But there we go, guys. A very indifferent round. Experienced a few problems on the greens, but really enjoyed the challenge of this course. But that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And until the next video, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.
At PGA Tour 2K21 in the